Have you ever thought about how you could win those super critical moments in your life just by making one single choice? Well, today we're going to break down the huge difference between reacting and responding. And trust me, it's a skill that can literally change everything for you, whether you're in a big meeting or just stuck in traffic.
Seriously, just take a second and think about it. When the pressure's on, someone cuts you off on the highway, or a client is just losing it on the phone, or a project totally blows up, what's your first move? Is it that knee-jerk, emotional flinch? Or do you actually stop, take a breath, and follow a plan? Because that one choice, man, it can change the entire outcome.
Okay, so what is the real difference here? A reaction, that's just that gut instinct, that flinch. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire. And the worst part? You're literally handing control over to the other person. But a response? That's something totally different. It's planned. It's strategic. You seize the initiative. You assert control. It really is the difference between being a piece on the chessboard and being the one moving the pieces.
So first, let's really dig into that destructive flinch. This is kind of the default setting for most of us, right? And understanding exactly how it works is the first step to beating it. This is where our most basic instincts can actually, well, betray us.
A reaction is just pure, unfiltered instinct. It's that immediate gut-level comeback that feels so justified in the moment, but almost always makes things worse. Think of it like this. A reaction is a moment of weakness that you gift wrap and hand deliver to your opponent.
Let's get into the science of this for a sec, because it's pretty fascinating. The moment someone provokes you, your amygdala, that's kind of like your lizard brain, it just hijacks everything. It triggers that classic fight-or-flight stress response. Your rational brain just shuts down, and your emotional brain grabs the steering wheel. So you yell back, right? That's that flinch reaction. And boom, just like that, you're stuck in this awful downward spiral where absolutely nobody wins.
And you see this exact thing play out in the wild, just like it does in the office. Over at Kruger National Park, when lions attacked a herd of water buffalo, the herd did what their instincts screamed at them to do. They panicked and scattered. Their reactive flinch handed total control over to the predators. And look, this isn't just about buffalo. When we let our lizard brain take over in a high-stakes meeting, we're doing the exact same thing. We're giving up control and pretty much guaranteeing a loss.
But what if there was a way to break that cycle? A way to stop the flinch before it even starts? Well, there is. And it's a single, incredibly powerful action that can completely flip the script in any conflict.
The solution, it's actually just one single action. That's it. Before you say a single word, before you even move, you just pause. And that silence, it's not empty, no way. It's a weapon. It's your opportunity. It's the exact moment you take back control.
This simple act of just sitting on your hands, it's like hitting a circuit breaker for your amygdala. It stops that instinctual flinch cold. It cuts the power to your emotional brain and gives your rational mind just enough time to reboot and come back online.
See, once you've created that little bit of space with a pause, you can finally shift from that destructive reaction to a disciplined response. And this is where you really start to take charge.
So what exactly is a response? Well, it's the complete opposite of a reaction. It's controlled, it's strategic, it's not built on impulse. It's rooted in three key things: the discipline to actually pause, the preparation for what might come next, and the training to make your best move feel like second nature. This is how you own the moment.
And, this whole idea of preparation is timeless. I mean, over 2,000 years ago, the military strategist Sun Tzu wrote that the winning general makes tons of calculations before the battle is ever fought. Victory isn't about having the quickest reflexes in the heat of the moment. It's about the quiet, disciplined prep work you do long before you're ever under fire.
Okay, so how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice? Well, there's a really simple three-step framework. First up, regroup. This is your pause, right? You're hitting the brakes on that emotional cycle, stopping that flinch dead in its tracks. Step 2, recalibrate. This is where you reset your brain. Forget about that immediate angry feeling and focus on your actual goal. What do you really want to get out of this? And finally, step 3, re-engage. Now you go back into the situation, but not with emotion, with a clear strategic plan.
All right, theory is great, but let's get super practical. I'm going to give you 2 powerful, battle-tested techniques you can add to your toolkit and start using, like today, to respond way more effectively when you're under pressure.
We're going to look at what's called the Lincoln method, which is all about agreeing with someone to disarm them, and then the FBI DJ voice, a pretty cool technique for using your tone of voice to calm a situation and take control. So our first tool comes from one of the greatest leaders in history, a guy who faced unbelievable pressure with just incredible grace.
Abraham Lincoln.
So check this out. A political rival once called him two-faced, right in the middle of a debate. Now, Lincoln didn't get angry. He didn't attack back. Nope. He paused. And then he used this brilliant, self-deprecating humor to basically agree with the guy. And what happened? It totally disarmed his opponent. It just sucked all the power out of the insult, and, it made Lincoln look even more confident and in control. It's this idea of agree and disarm, and man, is it effective.
Okay, for our second tool, we're shifting gears from the world of politics to the super high-stakes world of FBI hostage negotiation, where a single wrong word can literally mean life or death.
This one comes from the legendary FBI negotiator Chris Voss. He calls it the late-night FM DJ voice. It's this calm, really soothing tone that inflects downward at the end of your sentences. So when you speak, your sentences just kind of gently land on a lower note. Just like this. It's completely non-threatening. What it does is it signals to the other person's brain that you're calm, you're in control, and that actually helps them calm down. It's amazing proof that sometimes how you say something is so much more powerful than what you're actually saying.
Okay, let's bring all this home. From understanding that destructive flinch to using the strategic pause, from building a disciplined response to using these practical tools, it all really boils down to a single, powerful mindset.
It all comes down to this right here. This is the unbreakable tone, the mindset you have to adopt. It's basically a declaration that you're just not going to be a victim of your own instincts or someone else's provocations anymore. You control that critical moment of decision. They can react, you respond.
So that really brings us to the final question, and it's for you. I want you to take what we've talked about today and actually use it. The very next time you feel that flash of anger, that defensiveness bubbling up, remember the pause. Remember these tools. Make the choice to respond and not react. So the real question is, what moment are you going to own tomorrow?